What is going on, guys? No Driving the Geek Week here, and we are back with another video, man. And today is no bueno. Today is no bueno. As you can see, here we are again, right? Here we are again in the same exact position we were before. This is nothing new, right? Because we went through the same exact thing with Pantheon. So before I even get into this, I just want to ask, and this is rhetorical, I might just be asking the gods of media right now, but why is it that everything that is good gets canceled? I just don't understand. Like, why is the public at large just like so used to shutting their brains off for entertainment? Like, it's just, entertainment has to coincide with nonsensical BS, for lack of a better term. As soon as something is intellectual, you get a product and a medium that's intellectual, that has time and care put into it. It's just too boring. It's just not worth the time, apparently, because this is just blowing my mind. It's absolutely blowing my mind. But yeah, Scavengers Reign has got dropped from HBO. I don't even know how that's possible, but it's got dropped. So yeah, I guess, which is just crazy to me. But okay, so let's talk about, it did get picked up by Netflix, season 1. Let's talk about it. I believe season 1's going to start airing on Netflix May 31st, so in 2 weeks from the recording of this video. That is a good thing, guys. That is a good thing that it's going to Netflix. Netflix is a lot more popular than HBO Max, even though this show was quite popular. We'll get into that. But it is good that it's going to such a wide audience. I think even Charles Hutner and Joseph Bennett said the same thing. They're very much looking forward to the show being brought to a wider audience, because that, in fact, could grow, the following. And if the following grows, it'll be very hard to deny a season 2, even if it ends up being a Netflix season 2, right? Right now, I should mention that the deal is not exclusive, so the show will still be streaming on HBO Max. If you guys have HBO Max, I could not recommend this show enough. It's fantastic. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. All right, let's just read the article we have here. Scavengers Reign has been canceled at Max, but all hope is not yet lost for the show. Beginning on May 31st, season 1 of the animated sci-fi drama will begin streaming on Netflix in the US, the UK, Ireland, and New Zealand. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. The Netflix deal is non-exclusive, meaning the episodes will remain available on Max. Sources tell Variety that Netflix is considering picking up Scavengers Reign for a second season, but a decision won't be made until after season 1's debut on the streamer. So, like I said, quite literally, the success of the show on Netflix will determine, and I have Netflix, obviously I've seen the show. I've watched this season 1, 3 times now? And I obviously have, multiple videos on the show, but I'm going to be watching it on Netflix just to support it, because we need a season 2. We need a season 2. I'll have to talk to some of the subs too, because if you guys recall, we ended up getting a petition going for season 2 of Pantheon. So if we have to do something similar, I'm all for it. I'll make a video, get as much support as we can. If we gotta show these people how much we want a season 2 of this show, we'll show them, because I'm just baffled that I even have to do this for something that was so well received. The 12-episode season is a deep cut worth seeking out, or renewing if you're the powers that be in Warner Bros. Discovery. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's certainly worth reviewing. Okay, and here's the quote from Joseph Bennett and Charles Hutner. "We are beyond thrilled that Scavengers Reign will be joining the incredible animation lineup on Netflix," said Bennett. On behalf of Green Street, we're immensely grateful to everyone who has watched the show already, and to Netflix for giving it an opportunity to be discovered by a wider audience. So that's pretty much the gist of it, right? Okay, so there is, if you could see the top of the screen, there is something that is just, baffling to me, right? Because this show, gets canceled. This one, but this one here, wow. I mean, just read it. Just read it. There's nothing I got to say. Just read it. Velma set season 2 release date at Max. How? Like, have we not had enough stuff from Mindy Kaling just forced down our throats? Like somebody who was on a show full of funny people that wasn't funny. And just a ton of stuff from her since The Office shoved down our throats. None of it has been good. None of it has been good. And I don't even want to like discredit her as a person. Like she could be a great person. And I know she writes as well. She might be a great writer behind the scenes. Everything she has co-signed has been terrible. How in the world is this even possible? I just don't even get it. You know what I find infinitely interesting is that this wasn't even good by, like, you know, anybody's standards. IMDb is, you know, I typically, IMDb and Metacritic are okay. Rotten Tomatoes is a joke. But even from Rotten Tomatoes standards, it's not good. But it's got a 1.6 on IMDb out of 78,000 ratings. Like, what are we even doing? What are we even doing? Who wants this? Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 39% and a 7% from the audience. You know how hard that is to do on Rotten Tomatoes? This joke of a critic site? I mean, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then a show that's actually good, we're having to deal with this. Now, hear me out. There is, you know, one thing I'll give the benefit of the doubt. A show like Scavengers Reign is incredibly expensive to make, right? Just due to the animation alone. That is all hand-drawn animation. It is incredibly expensive to produce that kind of show, that quality of a show. I understand that completely. Okay, what does this say? Scavengers Reign has been killed off by Matt. Yeah, that's how I feel, man. That's how I feel. Bad news today for fans of the tentative, emotionally mature science fiction in which incredibly awful things are always happening to the human body. Variety reports Max has canceled Scavengers Reign after just a single season on the streamer. Scavengers Reign was hit by critics who praised both its animation and its willingness to explore big idea, sci-fi, and human weaknesses within the same stories. The series didn't make a huge viewership impact, though possibly because nothing was just described sounds like the kind of thing Max is really in the business of marketing these days. I guess. I don't know. No, what am I saying? That's cap. Max is HBO. It's HBO in the business of marketing film. That's what you've always done. You don't have, oh no, we only do this sort of film. No, that's your own fault that you tried to do be DCEU's partner and you know, ride the wave of Disney's Marvel nonsense. Like, what are we talking about here? You're supposed to be putting out good content. That is your job. That is what you do. That's what you're in the business of. Velma, are you serious? Originally conceived as an Adult Swim program, which honestly, that would have been out of place. And you guys know I love my Adult Swim, you know, and I'm not saying everything on Adult Swim is nonsensical. You know, I'm a diehard Venture Brothers fan, and Venture Brothers fan is, you know, one of the most, you know, thoughtful shows. You know, the creators absolutely adore that show, and the time and care they put into writing it is very evident. But this show, I think, just from a maturity level, and there's no humor. You know, there's really no humor in this show. I just don't think Adult Swim would have been the best fit. HBO Max was a great fit for it. Yeah, I could see, you know, the audience is going to be huge because how many people have it? You know, I do, but that's just because the nature of what I do. But, yeah, that's cap. They definitely should have it on there. They said it's relatively more daring and tentative than HBO Max. Like, what? That's just stupid. Maybe in the realm of animation. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen animation-wise from Max. And, yeah, it's usually... Well, no, I've seen some... well, that's a story for another day. But, yeah, this was incredibly sad news, guys. But, you know, like I said, we have been through this before. We did something similar with Pantheon. Any of my subscribers that were with us when we were campaigning to get Pantheon Season 2, jump in the comments. We'll get it started again, get another video going. We'll do what we got to do to get a Season 2 of Scavengers Reign, because, the longer it takes for it to get green lit, we're talking years from, possibly from now, because it's going to take that long just to animate a season of this show. If you guys recall, the original short film came out in 2016, so let's not waste time on this one, guys. But as always, get in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't watch Velma. Just don't watch. Just don't watch it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.